What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Truth. That's short for Truth Over Narrative, man. It's my voice gone, but we rocking out, man. It's episode 3, the moment of truth. I thank everybody for joining me. You know what I mean? As everybody already know, uh, I should be having a special guest pulling up here real shortly. You know what I'm saying? We got supposed to be having Gary Antuanne Russell come in the house with me tonight, man. So again, we waiting on him to get in here. But as they say, um, hit the like button on the way in, man. We here. We rocking out. We just waiting for Gary to come in with us. But how was y'all weekend, man? Let me get these comments. RBZ, we ready? I'm ready too, cuz you know what I mean. We gotta get it popping. We gotta get it going. You know what I mean? Definitely ready for this. You know what I mean? So we working, waiting for Champ to come in here. Karma, how you doing? You see that? I appreciate that, Karma. You get what I'm saying? Again, now that we just waiting for Champ to get up in here. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think we had a real good week of boxing. Everybody that know me, y'all know I was at the fight. You know what I mean? I was at the Tank Hector Garcia fight. I think that was a really good fight, really interesting fight. Had Demetrius Andrade on the undercard. I think Andrade performed well. I think he could have did a little bit better, but he was in there with a sturdy guy on demand. So that was his first fight at 168. We give him that. Hopefully, we can see him in with a higher level of competition here pretty soon. You know what I mean? And then we gonna rock it out. You get what I'm saying? Rugo, what's going on, man? Keep up the good content, man. I appreciate you, bro. You salute me, I salute you, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? My man Broadway Joel in the building already hit the like button. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure everybody hit that like button. Waiting for Gary to come in the building. But yeah, man. Rashidi Ellis, man. He, that was the next fight after Boo Boo Andre, man. And again, like I said, I covered the fight this last week. I interviewed Roman Villa. What you don't know is I posted one, but I interviewed him twice. You get what I'm saying? And the whole week, man, this guy just had like this weird kind of confidence, man. Like he's smiling everywhere, you know what I mean, dancing around. Even the morning of the weigh-in, oh, there we go. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking now. I'm gonna stop talking now. Hey, we listen. Hey, what's going on, champ? I see you. I got a special guest with me, undefeated PBC. Excuse me, undefeated PBC rising star contender, ranked in 3 out of 4 sanctioning bodies. Man, we got Gary Antuanne Russell with us. What's going on, champ?
Hey, soldiers. How y'all doing?
Yeah, champ.
Champ, we're in the workspace.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, champ. Look, I appreciate this opportunity. We know you don't talk that much, so I'm glad I can get you on here.
Oh, yeah. I got to get back, man. I got something coming up. And I got
Yeah.
a lot of plans, too. So y'all just got to stay tuned.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. And before we get into anything, champ, while whoever on here, and I know people going to see this later, I want to let you know, as a black man, as a black father, coming from a black family, I appreciate everything your family do with this boxing shit. Y'all are a family with black excellence. Y'all setting the way. Y'all not doing no negative shit. Y'all a family with this boxing. Y'all stick together and y'all keep it going forward. So if you ain't getting your flowers from nobody else, you know that Truth over here from ASOP Boxing is doing nothing but giving flowers, and we respect every single thing that y'all doing as a black family, bro. I told your brother this too. Seen him by a bathroom. You know what I mean? I let him know. Hey, listen, I respect what y'all doing as a black man, as a black family, bro. And I mean that sincerely. You feel me?
Yeah, I appreciate that, my king, for real.
Yeah, you already know, man. So
I take that the heart. I don't take that for granted.
yeah, facts, man. So we man, talk to me a little bit about your 2022 champ. Obviously, you had 2 step-up fights, Postal and Barthélemy. How you feel about those fights last year for you?
First of all, the postal, I take my hats off to both of those contendants, contestants. I mean, first of all, Postal, he was going through something at the time, him and his country, but not to take away his credibility as an athlete, as a professional. He got a lot of skill set. I was just the best man that day. You
Sure.
know, I did what I had to do as far as following rules and the instructions,
Yeah.
and I came out victorious. You know, I executed it better than he did. I'm pretty sure he got instructions that would have made the fight go his way, but he got to
Sure.
execute it as the fighter, as the student. He got to execute that. Vice versa. You know, my father was here during that time, and he gave me the instructions, and I was out there listening, making sure
Sure.
that I was determined, making sure that I executed the way he told me to execute it.
Sure.
I came out victorious. It was that simple, to be honest. Honestly, it's that simple for any opponent that's in front of me. If I execute these rules and regulations and instructions that's given to me from my corner, man, there's no doubt that I'm gonna come out victorious.
Sure.
You know, I just gotta stay tunnel vision. Francis Bartholomew, he was more so a opponent that was awkward, you know. But I've been through the Rio de Janeiro
Yeah.
Olympics. You
Yeah.
know, that's the highest pinnacle you can go as an amateur.
Sure.
You know, that's the highest. You're
Yeah.
gonna go through the international stage on going up against any type of fighting style. Sluggers, brawlers,
Mhm.
boxers, puncher boxers, aqua fighters, you know, aspidetral fighters,
Yeah.
etc. You know, I had to deal with that. So I obviously retained a lot. Bartholomew, he had an aqua style, a weird
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
He got punching power in both hands, but the difference was I wasn't all the way there mentally because my father had just passed, my brother
Sure.
had passed,
Sure.
you know, so it was a different type of battle.
Yeah.
It wasn't just me fighting my opponent, it was me fighting these obstacles that was inside of my head
Sure.
on top of the opponent,
Sure.
you know.
Word.
So I take my hat off to both of them because they got me the luxury, they gave me the luxury to just like show my talent a little bit more.
Sure. Now, champ, you know, obviously this is the sport of boxing. Opinions is like a-holes, everybody got one. So both of them fights, it seemed like the people were saying that they knew you was going to win both of those fights, but a lot of people didn't agree with those stoppages, the way they were stopped. How do you feel about that?
Say that one more time.
I said, after those two fights, especially last year, a lot of people felt like you was already gonna win those fights either way, but a lot of people didn't agree with the stoppages, especially like in the Bartholomew fight. Do you feel like those was good stoppages from both of those fights?
Yeah, it's not me in total. Definitely, I did the damage,
Yeah,
but it's up to the referee. The referee is there, front and center,
yeah,
not no outside looking in, not looking from their home at the TV.
yeah,
He's in there. He's seeing the eyes go cross-eyed. He's
yeah,
seeing the legs tremble. You know,
yeah,
he's seeing the the
yeah,
the, the brain not function all the way right
yeah.
front of his face. So that's
Okay,
the really making the judgments, you know. So
okay,
when it comes to the stoppages, I believe personally, yeah, the stoppages was good stoppages based off of the referee caring for the athletes because this is a sport, but
yeah,
nobody care about the person when they out this sport. You know, you
yeah.
got life in the ring, life outside the ring. You
Uh-huh.
know, and who's really protecting these athletes when it comes to their care?
Fact,
It's
facts.
already a brutal sport.
Facts. Now, champ, when I watch you, I love the sport of boxing. I mean,
Mhm.
now when I watch you, the first thing that come to my mind is Aaron the Hawk Pryor. You hear what I said?
Brad,
That's
come
the first
on.
thing that I see when I watch you.
I gotta show y'all some more. I gotta show y'all some more. I haven't even dug into my arsenal. I'm telling you.
So do you think that's a bad comparison, Aaron Pryor?
Nah, not at all. He was a whole gunner.
Yeah,
Oh, he
yeah,
gunned down real quick. He was a
yeah,
monster. There was a lot of fighters that didn't fight that man because they was afraid.
sure, for
But
sure.
I got more of my arsenal than Iron Pride. Iron Pride, he was just like a
One of
bet
you,
out of hell. You
yeah,
take the leash off of him, and he gonna go. He gonna
yeah,
come at you with everything he got, numbers. He gonna move his head. He gonna have a
yeah,
lot of endurance and etc.
mhm,
He just gonna break your wheel. He gonna break
yeah,
you. He's just gonna break you. He gonna
yeah,
steamroll you.
for sure.
You know,
Now,
but I got more than that in
yeah,
me.
yeah. I mean, we know that. I just as of late, but I mean that's just my comparison. I see you relentless. You go in, and so when I get that in mind, that's the first thing that come to my mind. Now, my next question is: do you got a nutritionist?
I have a personal nutritionist, and I don't want to get no names, but a lot of times I'll just be kind of like putting all the nutritions in myself.
Yeah.
Actually had a little episode not too long ago doing some stuff, but I'm bouncing back. You know, I done bounced back.
Okay.
You know,
Okay. And the reason why I asked that is because a lot of fighters, man, it's a lot of times we see guys with speed and power, right? But it's rare that you see guys with speed and power fighting at 140 and you coming in at 138, 137. Talk to me about that. Like, is that something that y'all do on purpose? Because a lot of times you just see guys come in like a half a pound, but it seemed like you always 2-3 pounds under. You know what I mean?
that's just me being ready, so I won't have to get ready. You know, they say a
Yeah.
man fails to plan, plans to fail.
Facts. Facts. Now with that plan, right? We know historically in the sport of boxing, 135 is a glamour division. Now, if you could get the 137, 136, is it that much more harder to get the 135? Could you ever see yourself fighting it?
I could if it was some type of contract deal or
Mm-hmm.
catch your weight stuff and
Yeah.
some personal vendettas and
Okay.
want something happen. We can shake up the boxing world now. It's already happening, you know.
well, since you already took it there, you know where I'm gonna go next. What I really want to know is, Champ, you from Maryland, DC area. Tank is from Baltimore area, not too
Right.
far. Where did the Russell Davis beef start at?
It really wasn't no beef. It's just the tenacity of a fighter. We
Okay.
fighters.
Okay.
You know, he representing his area, we representing our areas.
Yeah.
He feeling as though he's a stomper and he want to make a lot of noise and kick up a lot of dust.
Mm-hmm.
So be it. We don't take no offense to it.
Yeah.
He's doing it in the ring. This
Mm-hmm.
is like this is boxing talk.
For sure. For
You know,
sure.
this is
Yeah.
athlete trying to be a better athlete on the East Coast. Is an athlete but trying to be a better athlete on the West Coast. That's some stuff that's going to turn into. And a lot of people they just covering up with the niceties of complexities when it comes to the wordplay. They call it beef, but it ain't no beef. It's just an athlete being an athlete.
Mm-hmm.
And if y'all really want to get things situated, we can line it up. We can make it happen. But don't be saying it's beef because beef can turn into some street
For
stuff.
sure. For sure. For sure. For sure. For sure.
We never been
Now,
the type to beef with nobody.
yeah.
It set the record straight, make some corrections, but beef, it's never been a beef.
Yeah. So now,
Even let me stop you for real quick. Even that night, we was
yeah.
instructing him how to become victorious. We like, man,
Mhm.
look, the shot he got the guy out was the shot that he needed to throw, that we was telling him to throw.
Yeah. Yeah. So how all that happened then? Like how all that how you get in that? So I'm in a fight too. I was like real close to y'all. I just look over. I see Meek standing up. I think I seen Gary Antonio stand up, and I mean, like how we even get there from that?
You gonna bring that up, man? Look, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah,
Simply said, big misunderstanding. A
sure.
person that don't box
Yeah,
and a person that's just giving instructions to another boxer.
yeah, yeah. Okay, that's
That's
easy.
basically what it was. You know, we giving instructions to an athlete, and you got a person that's not an athlete looking outside in, just like, man, confused on what's being said.
Okay.
He don't understand the translations.
Got you. Got
You
you.
know,
Okay.
so he got in his little feelings or whatnot. Good thing that things didn't get magnified, you know, and materialize into anything else. Everybody went home safely, gladly. You know what I mean? I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
But hey,
But
water under the bridge.
yeah. So moving on from that. Now we going. You mean keep it going? Talk to me about the pressure. I don't even want to say pressure. Talk to me about the responsibility of actually being a Russell brother. You get me? Like I feel it can come with a lot. I mean, you got Big Bro doing this thing. You a boxing family. Your dad was known all around this area because I'm in Maryland. That's why I said that. But talk to me about that responsibility.
It's a lot that come with that. First of all, my father, he done laid down a lot of rules and regulations when it came to our family. The blueprint, he done laid it down, and it's families that just want to be like our families when it comes to the intellect, when it comes to the togetherness, when it comes to the just the harmony
Yeah.
in total. You know, a lot of people they try to find harmony in the streets with their men. You can have some peace and harmony with your bros and your
Yeah.
guys you on the corner that you with. If you're not in no type of sports or whatever profession you got, you're gonna find some type of bondage with somebody else that uplift you.
Yeah.
That type of uplifting, you got people that's trying to find it in different ways. But my father, he done gave us a blueprint to to create it, on how to create it, on how to have it, out of respect, out of loyalty, out of seeing, out of intelligence.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta live by it. It's not something that you can do overnight. It's a lifestyle. And when it comes to that, some big shoes that you got to fill. You know, it's like I said, those shoes you gotta stay in those shoes until you grow into them. It's a
Yeah.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
So that lifestyle, it is a man, like you said, it's something that you
Yeah.
just gotta understand fully because a lot of people they do things and I think they do it repetitiously until they feel good doing it. Some
Yeah.
people they do things just because they saw someone doing it. Some
Mhm.
people do things because they understand what's going to come out of it.
Yeah.
You know,
For sure. Now we like again knowing your pops and knowing how well loved he was. If you can you share a gem or something that he shared with you that you could I guess share with the world?
he done gave us a lot of things, but if I had to give anything, he would say, "Ultimate revenge is success." That's our credo. And a lot of people look at success as just money, winning, but how many people look at self improvement?
Mm,
You got a lot of grown babies out here,
mm,
grown immature people. He told me a story one day, right? He said it was this grown man. He was old. I say every bit of 70, about to be 80, but he was still coherent.
yeah.
He was in the woods, and he said, man, he was by himself, and he went way deep down in the woods just to die. He went there just to die, and before you knew it, a little teeny kid come across this path that was hiking.
Yeah.
Older guy said, "Hey, young man, it's cold out here. Can you grab me some of those hot coals right there, and so I can stay warm?" And before you know it, the little boy he take his canteen of water,
Mm-hmm.
start squirting the water in the dirt in the mud, and start squashing the mud in it with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
And the old guy was like, "Man, what you doing that for?" He said, "I'm making mud mittens so I won't burn myself when I grab the coals."
Mm.
The more to the story was, as long as you're alive, there's always more to learn. But the guy, the older guy, he was just telling everybody that walked past his way before the little guy came past his way. He was like, "Man, look, I'm only out here to die because I done lived long enough to see it all, to do it all, and I done it all. You know, it ain't nothing else to learn. You know, it ain't nothing else to do but die now."
Yeah.
But before you know it, he asked this little kid to bring him some hot coal, and this little kid showed him something new.
Makes
So
sense.
self improvement, self betterment, and definitely digging deep into your mental.
For
You
sure.
know, be an excellent person, the best you can possibly be.
Okay. Now, obviously you got 2 in last year. How many times you see yourself fighting in 2023?
Oh man, once I'm in there, it ain't gonna stop. I'm just saying that. I'm gonna just go with that. Once I'm in there, it ain't gonna stop. Cause
Yeah.
like I said, we about to shake it up.
Yeah.
We
All
about to
right.
shake
Now
up
you
the game.
okay, now you ranked in 3 of the only sanctioned body that you not ranked top 10 in is the WBO. Like, what you want to do next? Like, I've been hearing you link to Puello. I've been hearing you link to Lippin Yets. Like, what do Gary Antuanne what next? What's next?
Man, I've been searching for Josh Taylor for the longest.
Ooh.
Got a Regis Prograde. He just fought for the IBF, I believe. You
The
know,
WBC.
he fought for the WBC. I thought it
Yeah,
was
he
the IBF.
got the WBC strap. Yeah.
Okay, well, don't matter. One of them two, I need the belts. If y'all need to throw somebody in there to just be on a chopping block as a tune-up, cool beans.
Okay.
Do that so I can go at these ones that got the belt real quick because
Yeah.
I'm ready to do it. Javon Boots Ennis, he just had his step up fight, or what was that, mandatory?
Yeah, the interim title. He the interim champion now at 147.
Right. So now that was his whole stepping stool right there. His next jump is gonna be for Earl Spence, I believe.
Yeah. So he next in line now. If Earl gonna take that fight, he is next in line.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm over here climbing a ladder the same way. He climbing his ladder. I got my ladder. I'm climbing. Like I said, throw somebody on the chopping block. After that, if you want to throw somebody on the chopping block, that's ranked or whatever.
Yeah,
Throw them on the chopping block.
yeah.
I get it done. After that, give me a Regis Pro Grade or Josh Taylor. Whoever got the WBC belt, that green belt sounds real good right now.
That's what I'm talking
That's
about.
simple. It's that simple.
Now, Champ, it's too far. Now, obviously, I know you don't got your ear to the street as far as the fans and the writers and all of that, but it's two fights that keep coming up when your name come up. One is Regis Prograis, and the other one is Subriel Matias.
I heard of him. A lot of people been talking about that man. He got some tattoos or something like that.
No, so Subriel fought on the undercard when Gary fought Max Sayo. He fought on the undercard of that fight. He fought Patrice Ananyan. Maybe he put him in the hospital. But he was on the undercard of that fight.
Okay. I heard his name getting thrown out there a couple of times with me too as well.
Yeah.
Like I said, don't want to chop and block. A little step up joint. Afterwards, a Regis Pro Grade or Josh Taylor. With that green belt looking mighty fine.
Yeah, that's what I'm so really. So if you want that green belt, we really looking at a possible matchup with you and Regis Prograis. How do you see that fight going? Two southpaws, two big punches, two guys not taking no steps back. Like that's you know what I mean?
Styles make fights, but the most intelligent person always wins.
Sure.
It's that simple. It's a the Marcus Queensbury of the sport is to hit and not get hit. But if you get hit with one of these, I'm trying to tell you, the fight could go real left.
Yeah.
I'm prepared. We just gotta go to the drawing board. We're going through our studying like what we normally do. We're fully confident in what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
Like we always say, may the best man win. I follow these what you about to say?
I was about to say, I also heard some talk about you and Devin Haney. Did you ever fight him in the images?
I didn't. He started off, I believe, in some foreign country.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's just to run it up real quick. Then he came over here to the States.
Yeah.
And then started making a name for himself out here. But for the most part, I ain't never did nothing with him.
Because he gonna be in your weight class soon.
A lot of people gonna be in my weight class soon. So we need to get these wheels turning, right?
Yeah, you right, champ. We calling to see it. We want to see it. We want to see you, man. Like you were exciting guy, 16-0, 16 knockouts. Like we want to see it. And now that you said you got some more mix to your game, now I really want to see it even more. And I'm sure the fans do as well. You know what I mean? So we're gonna get off that. I appreciate the talk. You let everybody know what they needed to know. Now I got the little section I like to call a ring walk. This is when I ask you questions that's not related to boxing, but we're gonna jump into it. So my first question is, give me 3 things that you cannot live without.
Ooh, my family.
Yeah.
Obviously, we living in a world of commerce and business, politics and stuff like that. So finances, got to keep a roof over their head, and my wisdom.
Sure.
Knowledge.
Okay.
Can't walk around. Like I said, you got a lot of grown babies out here, grown dummies.
So nothing tangible, not a car, not a piece of clothing, none of that.
You got Uber, you got Lyft, you got all of these. Come on, man.
Yeah.
All that tangible stuff, I was about to curse, man. See,
rock out.
Man, all that tangible stuff go away. These are the main solid things. These are the things that you can't pay for.
Yeah, for sure.
It's going to be big.
Yeah, and I'm with you, champ. So when you getting ready for a fight, and or either you just going to the gym, what are you listening to? Like, what's playing to get you ready for a big sparring session or a big fight or anything like that?
Honestly, I'm not really big on any of the new stuff. I get used to it because it's just sometimes just be groovy. But for the
Yeah.
most time, I just be so tunnel vision. I'm listening to the voices in my head, my coach, my brothers telling me what to do, if I'm doing it right, if I'm doing it wrong.
Yeah.
I had to correct myself because maybe what if they don't see it? After a
Mm.
while, once I leave that corner, they gave me the instructions once I leave the corner, but I still got to execute it personally.
Yeah.
I got to be able to see certain things myself. They can't always remote control me. You feel me?
Facts.
I have
Facts.
to in my own mind, like, oh yeah, I see that. Okay, he doing this. All right, I'm about to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Facts.
voice in my head is either my coach or my corner or the information that I don't retain.
Mm-hmm. For
So
sure.
when I'm
Sure.
training, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Now, my next question I like to ask all the fighters that I talk to, right before that bell ring, and you might have took the t-shirt off, and you standing there, you know what I mean, maybe pacing a little bit before that first bell ring. What's going on in your head? Is it anger? Is it a little nerves? Is you thinking over the game plan? Like before that first bell go ding, what are you thinking about?
Acceptance. Acceptance.
Acceptance. That's
What
different.
do you think about when you hop in the vehicle? Do you just throw it in park and drive, or you be like, all right, I'm good. I know how to drive. I know it's possible for somebody to hit me, but I know how to drive good enough to dodge this joint. I'm gonna
Yeah.
swing it this way. I'm gonna swing
Yeah.
it that way. Or are you just focusing on going to your destination? There's a
Mm.
lot of, but all of these things are stuff that you should be thinking about once you hop in your vehicle
Facts.
and accepting it too, because it's possible for all of this to happen.
Facts. Facts. Hey man, that's deep right there. Um, After the fight is over, you done got some food in you. Oh, after the fight is over and you ready to get some food in you, what's your go-to meal after the fight is done?
Honestly, I gotta see how I'm feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta see how I'm feeling at the time. I don't have no personal dinner that I'd rather have
Yeah.
or something that's just to go to. I mess around and grab a bev. You hear me? Grab a beverage.
Yeah.
Already nothing heavy on me right now. Let me go grab a
Yeah.
beverage. I'll probably go to Tropical Cafe or something. Give me a
Yeah.
smoothie. Hear me?
Yeah. So since you from obviously this DMV area, just give me, if somebody was visiting, give me two places that you would be like, hey, you gotta go here and get this food if you visit in the DMV area or where I live.
Mmm. 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 He killing me with that one. Hold on, Slim. I had to tell you to go to Saudi's.
Okay.
Man, hold on. I can't even say beans, chili bowls. He
Yeah,
got a lot of
yeah,
little spots down here. Look, we got a
yeah.
lot of spots down here. So that's pretty hard right there.
Okay.
Pretty hard right there.
Okay. All right. So we can move on. All right. So next question, man. And this is about the women. Obviously, you're a fighter. You got a lot to focus on. Um, Give me three qualities that you need in a woman to call her yours.
Oh my gosh. Three.
Three qualities. What three qualities do a woman have to have for you to say, this is my woman and I'm gonna be with
Loyalty, trust,
you?
obviously.
Yeah. Yeah.
Those two. Uh I don't want to say submissiveness because if they loyal, they gonna do what they need to do to please you. Uh they gonna understand the journey and stuff like that. It ain't no sprint. It's a marathon. You
For
know what I
sure.
mean? So it's
For
like
sure.
they in it for the long haul if you're gonna be with me.
For sure.
Man, three ain't enough because I look at the whole spectrum, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, keep cooking then. Go ahead, cook then. I got time. If you got time, keep cooking.
Man, you see where I'm at.
All
Hey,
right.
everybody,
All right. All
look,
right. Well,
this
listen.
is
All
my
right.
time. I just looked out for you.
I
You
got two
looking
more.
out
I
for
got
me.
two more questions for you, champ. I got two more questions for you. Do you got a talent that we don't know about?
Yeah,
What is it?
can't reveal it either.
Oh,
I can't reveal it either. I can't
yeah.
reveal it either. Hey,
Uh,
I've been going against Cole, you hear me?
okay. All right. All right. All right. And my last question. You know, I got to end it off like this. what is it that you want the world to know about Gary Antuanne Russell?
I'm the one. And I'm definitely working on continuing being the one, because like anybody that got something that's precious, they gotta chaperone it. They gotta oversee it so they can keep it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
almost like when you're in a good position, you gotta work to stay in that good position.
Yeah.
When you're a
Facts.
champion, you gotta work to keep your title. You know,
Facts.
they say if you don't use it, you lose it. All of that type of stuff. You know, you gotta still continue to work to keep what you got.
Yeah. Sure. Sure. Jules, man. Jules, you drop. Well, listen, champ. Listen, man. I appreciate you joining me. I know you about to get busy. I see you training, so I know it's something. But I know it's something coming up soon because you ain't been we ain't been entertained by you in a little minute, champ. So I
I
know
don't
something
want to do
coming
it for
soon.
nothing.
Yeah, I know it's something coming soon, man. We excited, man. We excited. And I again, like I said at the top, man, what y'all doing, showing younger black guys the way, showing younger black guys the family. You got to think we don't get no family aspect on TV. Ain't no more
Exactly.
Cosby's. Ain't no more none
Exactly.
of that. So anywhere that we could get the family aspect from the black side of the house, man, I gotta salute it, man. I gotta salute it.
Okay. I want to throw this out there. Jonathan, his name is Jonathan M. Medlock. He's
Okay.
our mayor, black mayor. I call him melanated. Melanation is what give us our pigmentation. People
Okay.
just call it black.
Yeah.
That's the real name of a melanation.
Yeah.
His name is Jonathan M. Medlock. I plan on reaching out to him because once upon a time, before the pandemic and stuff had happened, me and my family, we had a Gary Russell Day. And what we did was all black-owned businesses, we set up, we closed the streets down and tell them to bring their pop-up shops to the strip, set it up, and we mass market their businesses, bring
Yeah.
them more clientele and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, we recite a little bit of information to them.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Give them some real food, mentally, brain food type stuff. You know,
Yeah.
try to bring our community together for real.
Yeah.
So I
Sure.
want y'all to remember his name because in a few, not too long from now, I definitely will work on having that day brought back to life.
For sure. Nah, for sure, man. Hey, Champ, once again, I appreciate you joining me, man. You took some time out, spent through with me, man. I appreciate it. I hope the questions ain't kill you, man. I had you for like a half hour. I know you ready to get busy, man.
Tell me about it.
Man.
Tell me about it. I'm
Hey,
up there,
listen.
got
Hey,
cold sweat now.
hey. Hey, look, I'm out in Charles County, man. One day I'm gonna have to make the drive from Charles County to come check y'all boys out, man. Up
That's
there,
cool.
man.
That's cool. That's cool.
All right, Champ. We locked in, Champ. I appreciate you for joining me, man. Thank you for joining the A-side.
Appreciate you too, my king.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Champ.
Stay royal.
Yep. Hey, guys. That was Gary Antuanne Russell, man. Hey. Hey, man. Hey. That was a good one, man. That was a good one. Hey, right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm getting ready to put the chat in here, and anybody that want to come up, I'm gonna put the link to join me. Anybody you want to come up, come and rock with your boy, man. It's that was a good one. I think so. You know what I mean? I just want y'all to let me know. So I just stuck the link to the chat in there with me, man. If y'all want to come up, come poly with me. But I think that was a deep interview. A lot of the things that he said, I wasn't even expecting those type of answers. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I think that was a good one, man. He want Regis. You know what I mean? He ready for those fights. He want to be in those fights. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, like I rock with that, man. You know what I mean? We not. Hey, listen, we ain't got the 1,000 subscribers yet, but if you want to bless the Cash App, there you go, right there, man. A-side Boxing Talk, man. This is what we doing, man. Like we here, man. We here. New media. We working, man. I think that was a real good interview. Again, I don't see it in there, but I'm gonna try to add it again. I'm gonna put the link to the chat in the put the link to the chat here. You see, do that just in case. I don't know if y'all seen it or not. Enter. Let me see. All right, there you go. Just put the link to the chat. Anybody want to join? Anybody want to come live with me? We could talk about it, man. But again, that was a real good interview, man. Yeah. But either way, Gary Antuanne, man, hopefully he get 2 or 3 fights this year. I think the biggest issue with boxing today is that these guys don't got enough dates, man. Guys like that's hungry to fight, they should be out 2, 3, 4 times a year if possible. You get what I'm saying? So, again, he calling out names. He said he want that green belt. He know Regis got that green belt. You know what I mean? He won it, man. I'm excited. That shit got me hyped, man. I'm gonna get off this motherfucking interview and do some push-ups soon. Soon I get up off this joint. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'll put the Cash App in the bio. I'll put the link in the chat if anybody want to join with me. Let me go through some of these comments, man. I was trying to keep the comments to a minimum. But okay, my man Clev. Let me my man Clev come in. Clev, what's up with you, man?
What's going on, Truth? Happy New Year, man.
How you doing? How you feel about the interview, man?
I'm good. I loved it, man. I loved it. I like you and him, so I loved it. Good questions all around and good answers all around. I felt that was pretty genuine. Just that was good stuff, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.
said,
I seen the thing. I seen something from Broadway. Broadway said what happened to his questions. So let me tell y'all, I have wrote a shitload of questions down, right? And if you got an iPhone, when you shake your iPhone, it asks, do you want to cancel or do you want to continue? I hit the cancel shit and I moved all of the questions off. So all of that shit was just off my head trying to remember the questions that I had. That's why it might have been a little in and out, but my bad, Broadway. I fucked the questions up, bro.
yeah, that way works too. If you write them down or if you just come into it all organic and just have a general sense of things. But it was pleasing, man, to the eyes. That was good stuff.
Well, appreciate it, man. Shout out to my man Ray Jackson. Twitter God, Ray Jackson. You know the vibe. Appreciate that, Ray. You know what I mean?
Twitter God.
Twitter God. Twitter God, man.
That's
Man,
funny, man.
you know how I go. But nah, man, I think that was real good, man. Again, man, we just, trying to do something new on this side, Clever, man. The old media, I don't even want to say old media. Let me not go with that, man. Boxing media in general is so caught up with bullshit, so caught up with like narratives, so caught up with my company is telling me to say this, so this is the way I want to go, that I just felt compelled to do this. This is literally the reason why we have ASOP Boxing Talk. It was too much shit in the game, and I felt like we needed to change, man. So my man Broadway Joel, the voice of Dominican boxing, he won the media member. I forgot the award, man, but he won the award on Chicken Talk last year. And for 2023, I wanted to be me, man. I'm trying to bring nothing but heat. I'm trying to fucking give the best interviews, trying to have the best footage, the best material, the best takes, you know what I mean? The best show altogether, man. I feel like it's too much drama, too much WWE shit, man. We need to get back to the real nitty gritty, the boxing aspect, the technical aspect. Of course, we in this day and age and we got to cover some of the bullshit. But a lot of the shit that's going on is super watered down. We're not doing no watered down shit over here. Know what I mean? I got a real name. You feel me? My real name is Dimitri, right? But I chose truth because that's what I want to bring to the people, Clive. You feel me?
Yes, sir.
I chose truth over narrative because that's what I'm trying to bring. I'm trying to bring you the truth over any other bullshit. Do I got my favorite fighters? Of course. We all got our favorite fighters. If I bring you the truth over any type of narrative, you can make your own decision. Feel me?
Yes, sir. I'm with that.
Cooking,
I'm
man.
with that.
Yeah, we cooking, man. We
Yeah.
cooking. So again, man, I'm gonna let everybody go. I know we got some college football national championship on. I'm gonna catch that as well.
Real quick though, Truth.
Yeah.
I came on for not only to give you that praise there, sir, but what did you think about the fights over the weekend?
Oh, yeah, let's start. I ain't even cook about that. Okay. Let's start from the top down. Tank versus Hector. I had very good seats.
You were there?
Yeah, of course.
Even better.
Yeah, I live in the area, so I'm gonna be here. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
It's two things. I live in the DMV area. Any fight in the DMV area, I'm going to, and I'm from Newark, New Jersey, born and raised. Elizabeth Ave, Mika. Feel me? Shit tattooed on my body, all of that. Anything that's in New Jersey, I'm going to. No
Word.
question. You get what I'm saying? So Tank and Hector was a good fight. I think that Hector surprised me. He surprised me because I didn't think that Hector would be that fast. I didn't think that Hector was going to be able to. I didn't think that Hector was going to be able to land. He was landing with Tank. I mean, again, you throw in a fight to throw, but I thought that Tank was going to be so quick that he was going to blink Hector in some rounds. I think Hector kept a good pace. He fought well. I would have liked for Hector to switch his defense up. He really got this thing where he keep this hand here, lead hand low. But the thing about that, when you keep that lead hand low and then you have to fight on the inside, now you handicap because that hand is unavailable. And once Tank started to break distance and started to work on it, and that's another thing, Tank shows some crazy inside work. I think that Tank don't get the credit for being one of the fighters with the top IQ. That not the opponent, right? I think Hector Garcia was a great fight for him. But I'm not saying this because of the opponent. I'm saying this because of the boxing IQ. Tank is a pound for pound fighter. No question. Whatever you want to talk about, the resume, this, this, I don't care about that. He just beat the fighter of the year in many people's opinion. At some point, we got to stop with the narrative and really go with what we seeing in the ring. Tank, bro, I could sit here, bro. If I had enough time, Clev, if I had the YouTube editing skills, which I'm gonna get up, I could do a college dissertation about Tank's ring IQ and the shit that he does in the ring, man. It was tough, man. It was tough. But again, I think Hector held on. He did his thing. But I think once Tank started landing them punches and start really breaking distance, and he was confusing Hector. You know what? I'm gonna just get into this real quick. My bad. I know I'm cooking.
No. Go ahead, man. You ain't gotta worry about that game. The game's a blowout.
He was doing something. He was doing something, right? Tank. He was moving as he was trying to close distance with Hector. Most fighters will move their lead foot first and then slide the back foot. What Tank was doing was sliding the back foot up and then putting his lead foot in the area to create that illusion that he's closer than he really is. He was baiting Hector Garcia to counter so he could counter the counter, right? And only educated, I'm not trying to be funny with anybody that's listening, but if you got to be really astute and educated to know what you're seeing when he do that. He literally got Hector to try to counter so he could counter. And at the end of the day, he frustrated Hector so much that Hector just stopped throwing at that point. Hector was confused. And obviously, he hit him hard. And that it was that 8th round. He started touching him up. Things got nasty. And for whatever happened, I guess Hector said he couldn't see, and we went over to the stool and quit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say from the 4th round, really, and kind of picking back
up. Hector won that 5th round. I think I even remember tweeting that. Hector did win some rounds. I'm not even going to sit here and bullshit and say, it was a clean sweep. You don't think Hector won no rounds?
No. That's not what I said. Getting away from the scorecards for a moment, I thought Tank looked good. I thought he looked real smooth. I thought he looked patient as his usual self. What he was doing in there as far as that inside work is he was showing Hector a lot of different looks. You saw him switching from high to low guard, little Philly shell to work his way in there when he decided to start closing. He didn't throw a bunch of punches, which were pretty norm to seeing that from him. He throws anywhere between 30 to 40 punches a round, if that. A little bit of that or a lot of that, and then I like this defense, man. His defense is my bad. His defense is pretty good, man. I think after that Gamboa fight, Floyd showed him a few things in some other camps, and I saw a lot of that. And then the rest is history, man. His power showed. I thought Hector, first off, he did fight how we all thought he was, but that didn't come till late because the first couple rounds was very tactical and he was non-committal. He didn't throw a bunch. It was just the bigger man standing his ground, and Tank was pressing him. So overall, just impressed with the fight, and that's what I thought about that main event.
Hey, real quick, man. Hey, shout out to my man Nate Johnson, man. We got a friend in common, and I seen Nate like 2 times. As I was covering the fight, I seen him, and I was like, "Hey, man, you don't remember me?" And then he like, "Nah." But either way, we ended up talking about it. But I put this comment up here because this is important, and this was something I was going to touch on. But I'm glad you brought this up, Nate. So we gonna bust it up about this real quick. Nate says Hector did his thing. He'll be fine with other fighters. Tank is a complete fighter, is all. Now, I'm gonna have to stop you, Nate. Right, and the reason why I'm saying that is because we just seen a real crazy knockout. Now, it didn't look. It could have got worse, but now I really want to see Hector in again, right? And I'm saying that because sometimes after fights like this, where a guy may quit or something like that, he may or may not be the same. I think he is. I think he's a mature fighter. I know we got a shitload of amateur fights. I know when we talking about the arguably the fighter of the year for 2022. But fights like that, Nate, it could change people. And I'm really curious to see how Hector Luis Garcia performs in his next fight. I think he'll be okay. I think so, but I want to see it because yeah, that was a heavy loss. You get what I'm saying? Especially to quit in the corner, man. You got to be under some serious distress to quit, man. And he quit in the corner. So yeah, I hope he's gonna be fine, but that's something yet to be seen.
Yeah.
Why you laugh, Cleve? You think I'm wrong or?
No, no, no. I think Hector's fine. I hope he's fine, and I think he's gonna be fine going forward. I forgot to say some of my little synopsis earlier that also Tank was able, excuse me, was also to punch with him. When they got on the inside, when they finally did start scrapping, it was
Mm-hmm.
kind of his forte there.
Nate,
But
what's going on, brother?
What's going on? What's going on? Go ahead. I know somebody else was talking. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Cleve. I just want to say what's up. Keep cooking, Cleve.
uh, that's all, man. What's up, Nate? I'm Steph, man.
How you doing, Steph? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, man. I just want to give you your flowers, man. You doing that? That was a good interview. Uh, Dimitri, that was I don't know. I'm be honest. Like some people do this type of stuff, they get real nervous and they fumble. Not to say it's a bad thing because it
Mm-hmm.
happens, but you did what you had to do. You finished everything. You asked very intelligent questions. You got to the point. You didn't like beat around the bush, and you asked some very interesting questions. Not the everyday. I'm gonna be honest. There's people in the boxing media and they do questions with fighters, and there's some dumbass questions,
Yeah,
and you can tell the fighter get annoyed whether
yeah,
they're making weight or when they're not making weight. It
yeah,
don't matter, and it just annoys the fighter. You didn't annoy the fighter at all. You kept it interesting. Um, I mean, even with knowing that the fighter was in the gym, and
yeah,
sometimes I see interviews where a fighter cut it off at what maybe 10 minutes in the interview because even,
yeah,
even when they're not in the gym, they're just
mm-hmm.
doing something. They're not even doing nothing.
Yeah,
So that I applaud you for that, and I'm glad you got to see more of Gary Antuanne Russell's mind and his personality because that's good to see the psyche of a fighter or hear it from the fighter themselves, and somebody can get that out of them.
appreciate that, man. I definitely appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that for real, man.
No problem, of course.
Yeah, yeah. So again, but like I was saying, man, that Hector, man. I hope I think he'd be all right. I think he'd be good, man. But again, when fighters take losses like that, yeah, we'll see. My man Danny, what's going on, man? Shout out to my man Danny, man. We've been chopping it up, man. Hector Luis Garcia should fight Leo Santa Cruz next, then Foster versus Vargas winner. I like that. But Danny, you think okay? You would put Hector, and that's a question for you, Cleve, and for you too, Nate. Would y'all put Hector Luis Garcia directly in with Leo Santa Cruz next?
Uh, I would say, it depends if Leo wants that fight. I think both of them can handle one another. I do like that matchup, but again, it's if I want to see what Leo's going to do now that he's given up what he's given up at featherweight or 130, whatever it is, with the whole late Wood stuff.
Yeah,
So he's probably thinking just a warm up fight of himself. But I like the matchup.
You know what I like for Hector Luis Garcia? Chris Colbert too.
Or I forgot to add, I mean, he may just stay at 35. I mean,
Nah, nah. See, this is what I was telling people, and I mentioned this before. Hector Luis Garcia was playing with house money, and when I say he was playing with house money, he was the champion at 130. He always had the availability to go back down, and why not move up and get a fucking money fight with Tank Davis? Like who? It don't make. I mean, he was bigger, and it's not like it's a smaller guy moving up. You get me? He's a bigger guy moving up, so that's fine. I think he could fight at 130 or 35. He didn't look bad. You get what I'm saying? He didn't look bad at all. Like his performance wasn't bad. Um, you say, I mean, I like what Tank did, but he fucking hit Tank with some punches too. Like I'm not, you know what I mean? He snapped Tank head back too. You get what I'm saying? But
yeah, but Tank didn't respect that. He pressed him the entire
I
fight.
mean, but Tank don't respect it from nobody. You get what I'm saying? It's not like you feel me. We ain't never seen Tank dropped or no crazy shit like that. They'd be like, oh, I respect his power. I think the most respect we ever seen Tank was when he gave Mario Barrios a lot of leeway early in the fight, but in the second half of that fight, I want to say 7-8, he took over and we seen what happened. So I wasn't expecting him to be hurt too bad, but again, I think we dealing with a different animal in Tank Davis. I think we seeing a pound for pound fighter come into his own. I think we seeing this guy start to flourish. His personality, he talking more. I heard more out of Tank this build up than I probably heard his whole career, honestly. And he talking more, and that's great because you know what?
Yeah.
When it's all said and done, when they compare Tank Davis to whoever, uh, he only getting compared. We're not gonna compare him and Floyd to whoever. We compare Tank to these guys. We compare Floyd to whoever else. So I think it's good that he making his way and he doing what he doing. Like you know what I mean? I think it's dope. I was in there, sold out crowd. That shit was electric in there when Tank came out. Crazy. I saw Lil Boosie, bruh, fucking Lil Baby. Obviously Shot Glizzy walked him out, Meek Mill in the crowd. Bro, it was star-studded the whole way around. You know what I'm saying? So what Tank is doing is fire. It's fire right now, and I'm glad that he branching out on his own and doing his own thing. You know what I mean? I'm glad for that.
Yeah, about time. Huh.
For sure, for sure. But you know what? Like people like to say, "Oh, you don't need Floyd." Show me a fighter that can't use Floyd. Like
True, true.
like Floyd, man. That Floyd cosign is as good as gold, man. You got Floyd behind you, talking you up and building you up. Like I think with Tank fighting style, he could have got to this level. I'm not gonna say he couldn't have, but with a Floyd cosign, now we here. You get what I'm saying? So I would never short Floyd or take nothing away from him, but at this was the perfect time for Tank to branch out and do his own thing. I feel, you know.
Yeah, I just think that Floyd, in my opinion, like we all respect Floyd for his boxing skills, but I just wish Floyd had the mentality of Pretty Bull Floyd when it comes to promoting Tank and put him in there with a lot of guys he missed out on. And I think he could have beaten. I think he could have been unified at 130.
Yeah,
I think he could have at least got 3 belts at that time when he was coming up. 3 belts. I think he could have got 3 belts. The hardest fight for him at the time would have been Lomachenko. The other guys he probably likely would have smoked them.
yeah,
That was his hardest fight at that time. That's it.
yeah. I know. I mean,
So, but I don't know. I just feel like this is the perfect time for him. He's in his prime. He's at his best, and he's in a great division where he can get a lot of good real legacy fights and big pay-per-view fights. So I think this is as good as time as anything. He's learned all he can from Floyd. He's doing the right thing. He's going into a big fight, pay-per-view fight, I think in April against Ryan Garcia, and he's going to be a big favorite in that fight. And he's going to make a lot of money in that fight. So he doesn't even
yeah,
have to talk that
Ryan
much in
Garcia
that
head
fight.
in the third row. I might sit in the third row so I could catch Ryan Garcia head when that motherfucker fly for sure.
Yeah,
No, I'm joking.
Ryan's in trouble. Yeah. If he hasn't been working on what he needs to work on, it could be an early night for him or a midnight. Midnight.
For sure. Somebody said, Danny, have Lamont Roach versus Chris Colbert on the undercard of Hector Luis Garcia and Santa Cruz. That would be fire card with the winners potentially fighting. Danny, the only, and you know what's funny, Danny?
Oh
I
yeah.
saw I got Lamont Roach info, so he'll be on the show coming soon. I'm gonna have him on the show.
Oh.
I got his info.
Haha.
You know he the number one right now. So him fighting Coburn, I don't need that for him. That's a step back. You know what I mean? Especially Coburn coming off a loss. Lamont Roach is in the conversation. I would love to see Hector Luis Garcia versus Lamont Roach. Now I don't know if they can make that fight that cross the street type deal, blah blah blah. But you know, with him being a Golden Boy fighter, but Lamont Roach is game and he ready. And I think that people may not think so, but that's a 50-50 fight for sure. Hector Luis Garcia and Lamont Roach Jr. If you look at the display, the boxing IQ, the ring IQ, the performance that he put on last year, or I don't even think that was last year. That might have been the year before. The Rene Alvarado fight. That's one of my favorite performances, man, from an individual fighter, especially in this time frame. I think that was a great fight. That's my God, man. I fuck with Lamont Roach Jr. heavy. You get what I'm saying? But yeah. Hey, listen, guys, I'm gonna shut it down, man. My voice get ready to go out. I tried to give it everything. I've been being quiet all day. I was yelling on Chicken Talk earlier. Almost threw my shit out, man. I appreciate winning. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody for tuning into the interview. Again,
Yes.
this is A-Side Boxing Talk. Man, this show at 8 is going to be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern. This is the moment of truth. And I just had Gary Antuanne Russell on the moment of truth, man. I appreciate
yeah.
everybody. Hey, Nate, thank you for joining me. Clev, thank you for joining in too.
Yes, sir.
Of course.
Last words, we close it out.
Peace.
Go ahead, Nate.
Hey, man, check out ASAP Boxing Talk, man. This is one of the most rising upcoming channels, and they're getting very good interviews and doing very good interviews. So tell a friend to tell a friend, subscribe and like and enjoy it. And also come on the panel and talk some boxing.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that, man.
Yes.
Hey, so before we get out, just letting everybody know, I'm expecting to have Charles Conwell on Wednesday for the moment of truth. So again, tune in. If y'all got any questions y'all want me to ask Charles Conwell, send me a DM. I will put him in there. We're gonna do the forum just like this. If you do not know, Charles Conwell is an up-and-coming contender at 154. He's undefeated and he's a problem. You get what I'm saying? So yeah.
Yes.
I just want to throw that out there, man. Again, man, A-Side Boxing Talk. This is the moment of truth. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We are out.